Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday update. Glad you could join us. And we'll start off with a photo of the day. This comes from last Sunday, and this was taken out at the James Center at Carrie Blake Park. We had our summer celebration service, and it was just a great day. And if you weren't able to be there in person, the video is up online now, and you can go to our website and watch the service. But just what a fantastic day. Sarah Benjamin and the worship team did a wonderful job with the music. Tim and Jennifer Freimeyer led us in communion, and Tom Wright got baptized. And then Chuck Bishop and his crew fed everybody some amazing pulled pork sandwiches. And it was just a wonderful day, and we're really looking forward to doing this again next summer. But thought you'd enjoy seeing that picture that was taken. I think Ryan Shasma was our drone pilot out there taking some photos. All right, this Sunday, we are going to be wrapping up the Sermon on the Mount. Yep, that's right. We're finally going to get there. It's only taken us 8 months. We started off with that series, Backward Blessings, way back in January. And then after that, we continued on with the rest of the Sermon on the Mount, which I've been calling Live Like Mountain Folk. And this week, we'll look at the very last section from Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 29. It's the difference between building on rock versus sand. And also something that's going to be coming up here shortly. We'll give you more detail, but we are preparing to start putting our teaching up on a podcast. And we've had some requests for that. And so Shane is working on that right now. And we hope that by September 12th, we'll be able to point you all to a place where you can get our teaching series on a podcast. And we'll have all of the Backward Blessings and Live Like Mountain Folk series on there, and then we'll keep that updated weekly going forward. So I hope we can see you on Sunday. Coming up on September 7th, the Women's Bible Study will be starting up, and so ladies, if you're part of that, just be aware that that is about to get kicked into high gear. And then coming up a week from this Saturday, September 11th, we have a men's conference, and that'll be from 9 in the morning until 12:30. It will be here at the church in the chapel. It's being presented by Right Now Media, but Rick York and his team have been putting a lot of work in on this. And so, gentlemen, I hope that you will get signed up and come for that conference. And then starting on September 12th, we've got something new beginning in terms of our Sunday morning worship. In addition to our worship service, we're going to start some adult Sunday electives, some classes. Now, the very first elective we're doing is going to be 3 weeks long, and it's for our newcomers. So if you are newer to DCC and would like to come to that class, it'll be led by different ones of our ministry leaders and elders, and kind of take you through everything from our doctrinal statement to various ministries of the church and how you can get involved. And then after that, we'll continue having other electives offered at 9 o'clock hour, and they'll be meeting over in the chapel. Also, coming up on September 12th, a lot of things start on September 12th, we have a fall ministry fair that's going to go for 6 weeks, and each week on a Sunday morning, we're going to highlight 4 to 5 of our ministries. So just be planning on that, a great way to get to know some of the different ministries going on here at DCC. And also on September 12th, we'll be starting a brand new sermon series, something I've titled, Jesus is Better. And we're going to be working our way through the book of Hebrews. We're going to spend 1 week for every chapter. We'll be done by Christmas, but that's going to start on September 12th. And so I hope you'll be able to join us for that. Speaking of church on September 12th, we're going to be trying out something else. And that is we're going to be testing live streaming of our morning service. Now, for a whole bunch of reasons I won't go into, we have been sticking with pre-recording the teaching for Sunday mornings and then using the live worship that has been pre-recorded from the week prior to put together our Sunday morning online service. And I know many of you are still needing to do church online. We early on tried some live streaming and we just weren't happy with how it was going, and it really didn't work well for a number of people. But that was before we had Shane. And in the meantime, we've also upgraded some equipment, and we have some other things in place that we think that maybe we could do live streaming in a way that would be, the quality would be good. So we want to do a test run on this. And we're looking for people that would be willing to be part of our guinea pigs. So if you are someone who does online church on Sunday mornings, you're not coming to the in-person service yet, and you'd be interested to be one of our testers, would you get hold of the church office and let us know? We will send you a link so that you can watch the live stream. We do want you to watch it live, so that would be at 10 o'clock on Sunday mornings. We'll actually have live moderators online as well in case you have questions that they can interact with you. And we'd like a few folks to try this out, and we'll see how it works. And if this works well, then we're going to make more use of it. So that's starting up on September 12th as well. If you'd like to be part of the test, shoot us an email, send it to the office, and we'll be sure to get you the information. How about DC Campus? DC Campus, there are things happening. In fact, we were a little concerned that you might hear some drills and stuff in the background while I'm recording this, because finally the new front doors have gotten installed. And so they're working on getting that finished up. There's also some final trim work that's going to be going on in the entryway. And then that storage building, we are still working on options for that. And as you'll recall, with the increase in building expenses, some costs went up dramatically. And we are just working through how we can still get done what we need to do, but stay within budget. So that stuff is ongoing as I speak. Kids and camp. We had a bunch of kids go to camp. Now that picture is not all of our kids. I believe there were at least 3 churches at this camp, but we sent 24 kids, I think, to camp, along with some adults. And I wanted you to hear a little bit about camp, also see a little video, and hear something about a change that is coming in our youth ministries. So here's an interview that I recorded earlier today with Pastor Britt and Darren Sweeney. Well, I'm here with Pastor Britt and Darren Sweeney, our youth director and our families pastor. And at the summer celebration, Darren was talking a bit about our kids that were at summer camp. And I thought I'd have him share that again briefly. And then we also have some video of some of our kids that got baptized while they were at camp that we're going to show you. So Darren, tell us about the week.
Well, it was an amazing week. We took a group of 23 students over, and it was a long trip. It was about 12 and a half hours over and 14 hours back, but we saw God move in some amazing ways. And of our 23 students that we took, we had 4 students that decided to accept the Lord for the first time. And then we had 6 students that wanted to get baptized while we were there. So it was, we had amazing staff. I was so excited about having Pam Armstrong, Sherry Lynn Sweeney, and Ryan Van Gordon along on the trip. And they did an amazing job, and we really had a great time.
That's great. Now, Britt, I asked you to join us. You are our pastor of family ministries, and we've changed your title just a little bit this fall. Why don't you tell folks about why the change? What does that mean?
Yeah, if you've heard me get up in front on a Sunday, I typically say I'm the Children and Family Ministries pastor. We've been kind of talking family ministries, but in a pretty significant shift that has been discussed at length by the elders and with Tim involved, we're going to kind of repurpose my role into what is going to be called a family pastor position. And there won't be a whole lot that changes in the children's side of that, but there is a significant change in terms of how long my umbrella of oversight goes, mainly because now it will also include middle school and high school. So what Darren has been doing will be part of the children and youth ministry content, really, that goes under a family pastor role. And I'm going to start moving in this role. We're going to do something that's kind of cool as a new thing to work with this. And so you'll be starting to hear a new way of talking about how I'm kind of positioned in the church as a pastor, as a family pastor, our family pastor. So.
And what that means is not that Britt is going to become the youth pastor in addition to overseeing children's ministries. He'll be giving pastoral oversight to that full range of our youth ministries from little kids, nursery up through high school. But then we will have a couple of part-time people working with and under him, giving attention to those specific spheres. And one of the reasons for making a change was that Darren, who is a full-time missionary with Hope 61 that we support, has to start giving more attention to Hope 61, needed to step out of that position of giving the oversight to our youth ministries, or at least we thought he was stepping out of that position. You're kind of stepping out of the position. Why don't you tell us about how and why you're going to keep on serving our youth?
Well, I have to say I love the youth here. The students that come, we've gotten to know each other so well, and I knew that I couldn't step away altogether. My plan was always to still be involved, but for those who know, I've taken the role as director of Hope 61, and so with that, I'm not able to give as much attention to a lot of the aspects, which is why originally I decided I needed to step down. But it's a much longer story that I could tell you at a later time, but God really put it on Sherry Lynn's heart to step in and for us to do this together. And so with her being able to take a lot of the pieces off my plate, and then also with Britt also being able to do that, it still allows Sherry Lynn and I to serve in this role and to keep the youth ministry going. We're unofficially calling it Team Sweeney, and but we're really excited to keep doing what we've been doing and just to love on these students.
So the two of you are going to be filling really one part-time position. I'm calling it Derry Lynn. So you're taking care of the youth through that, and then you're serving under Britt, who has this expanded responsibility for children up through our youth ministries. And I'm really excited about how this is all coming together and wanted you to know what's going on too. Well, we're excited about those changes, and I hope you'll be praying for our youth ministries as we're moving forward. Let me just share with you a thought for the day, and this comes out of Luke chapter 6. As you know, both Matthew and Luke recorded the Sermon on the Mount, and here's the way Luke recorded the final section of this sermon that we'll be looking at on Sunday. We'll be looking at what Matthew recorded. Here's what Luke recorded. So it says, "Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and does them, I will show you what he is like. He is like a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when a flood arose, the stream broke against that house and could not shake it, because it had been well built. But the one who hears and does not do them is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. When the stream broke against it, immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great." That's taken from the New Living Translation. Like I said, we're going to be wrapping up the Sermon on the Mount this week, and like any good preacher, Jesus finishes his sermon with a strong call to action. Where are you building your house? Are you obeying his words? And I'd encourage you in preparation for Sunday just to spend some time meditating on those scriptures and asking yourself some of those very probing questions. And then I hope that we'll see you Sunday for church, either online or in person. Let's have a word of prayer. Father, I thank you so much for just what Darren had to share about how you worked in the lives of our kids a couple weeks ago. Thank you for the kids who have made brand new commitments to follow you. Lord, I pray that they would become those types of builders who do what you told them to do and whose lives are built on rock. Well, I pray that we all would do that we would be those people. Thank you for this day. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your word that guides us. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Well, I think that's going to wrap us up for today. I trust you have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday. Until then, God bless.